What's going on, guys? What's going on, 27 Squad? Welcome back to another video. Today, I'm recapping the New York Giants getting the win, getting the W over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 32-31. Let's get right into it. Now, before I start this video, in my video saying how the Giants can change this offense, I was absolutely correct. I knew we were going to run a lot more RPOs, a lot more options. We saw a run option there with Daniel Jones that we don't see from Eli, obviously. We saw Daniel Jones on rollouts start to, instead of evaluating his wide receivers for, I don't know, forever how long, he decided to run it instead. Eli Manning doesn't really do that. We were able to see Daniel Jones pick up yards on the ground, getting 2 touchdowns out of it, including a game-winning touchdown. By the way, Daniel Jones, in his first NFL start, already has 1 game-winning drive. So he's 1 for 1 as far as NFL starts to game-winning drives. This game was absolutely great. Daniel Jones threw for 336 yards, 2 touchdowns passing, 2 touchdowns on the ground. It was great. Darius Slayton had 82 yards, really had a good connection with Daniel Jones. Sterling Shepard was absolutely hyped up and motivated the whole entire game. This guy was in the air, even on incomplete passes. He got right back up and was ready. I mean, he looked fired up. Evan Ingram had a 75-yard touchdown. It was great. It was fantastic, and make sure you guys tune in later on during the week. Keep your notifications on. Turn that notification bell on. We're going to be going through the good, the bad, the ugly with this game. I'm going to be doing a film breakdown for you guys on all 22 film. We'll be discussing and giving my analysis on the game through film. Another thing I want to talk about is the defense. The defense still sucked. It was garbage. But the second half, they picked it up. And yes, okay, they had two more good quarters of good play, okay? I get it. Fine. I'm going to give the defense just a bit of credit. Janoris Jenkins looked terrible. Janoris Jenkins looked absolutely gassed against Mike Evans. Mike Evans had more yards, had doubled his yards in this game than he had the whole season. Now, Mike Evans was getting over a cold, had 6 receptions for 89 yards before the game, and finished the game with, 7 catches or something like that, or 8 or 9 catches, I don't know, with 190 yards and 3 TDs. He played a phenomenal game. He was absolutely great. Shout out to anybody, including Dylan Renner, who had him starting on fantasy while playing me. So I faced Mike Evans this week, and not a good look. Not a good look whatsoever. I think he scored 45 points. Not happy about it. Anyway, we had some injuries in this game. Saquon Barkley twisted his ankle. He may be out for whoever knows how long. He is a trooper. He does he doesn't like to, be out for long. He's had injuries in the past before that he just shrugged off and played anyway through it. But this one might be the most major that we've ever seen from Saquon Barkley. Now, he didn't break a bone. He didn't tear his ACL, but he twisted his ankle, and I'm sure the Giants don't want to, test that. They don't want to play with that whatsoever. Like a sprained ankle, boring nothing to play with, says, great words from Drake. You don't want to mess with Saquon Barkley's ankle. So you have to get somebody from the practice squad. I believe we got a running back from the practice squad. I can't remember who. I believe it was the guy, I think it was Robert Martin. No, not Robert Martin. The other dude from Rutgers. I can't remember his name right now. Jonathan something. But we should promote him to the active roster, and it should be Wayne Gallman and him, or Paul Perkins as well. But I know we released Paul Perkins. Sorry about that. So we got just Wayne Gallman right now. We're gonna have to get another running back or two on this roster and see what happens from there to try to have a running back by committee. But we didn't run the ball much as I would have thought, because I told you guys Tampa Bay is really good against the run. I told you guys that Saquon Barkley would have a little trouble on that Tampa Bay defense. They held Christian McCaffrey to 16 carries for 37 yards. So this is a pretty good defense. And I'll tell you right now, I'm a believer in Tampa Bay's defense. Yes, they gave up 32 points to the Giants, but they looked really good over there. Shaq Barrett leads the NFL now with 8 sacks on the season. 8 sacks right now. Potential defensive player of the year. Carl Nassib there as well. Levante David was doing well as well, playing that linebacker role, stuffing the run, and also guarding Evan Ingram when he can. But yeah, it was a great game. the touchdown with Evan Ingram, the 75-yard touchdown that really got the boost going for the New York Giants. I mean, we scored a field goal before that. We scored a rushing touchdown by Daniel Jones before that. But the first play back, I believe it was the third quarter. The first play out of the third quarter, the Giants go right down. First play, Evan Ingram, right down the field, 75-yard score. And it was a really bad mess up, and I'll go over it in film. Really bad mess up by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, okay? If you're a Tampa Bay fan, you should be concerned about that just a little bit. Your linebackers really bit on the play action. It was a very weak play action from Wayne Gallman in the gun, as if Wayne Gallman was going to take a handoff from the gun on first down when they were unsuccessful running the ball the whole game, and they're down by, 18 points at that point. You don't really bite on the play action. On top of that, the linebackers and safeties biting on the play action. There's no need for that. But what are you scared of? There's nothing to be scared of. The Giants couldn't run on Tampa Bay's defensive line. Their front four. There's no way they were running on their front four. The linebackers did not need to help and bite on that play action. And if it wasn't for that, Evan Ingram may not have caught that ball or even ran for that many yards. So that was a bad mess up by Tampa Bay. They bit on the play action. That's something I really get on the Giants for doing, and Tampa Bay does exactly that. The kicker for Matt Gay, the kicker for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, didn't have a great day whatsoever. Missed 2 extra points. One of them was wide left, I believe. The other one was blocked. And then, made all his field goals. Made a 52-yarder, 34-yarder, 27-yarder, and another yarder. 40-something yarder, right? He was good on the field goals, but couldn't get it done the last field goal. He was 4 out of 5 on field goals, and the last one, the game-winning field goal from 30, I believe that one was 34 yards, something like that, right? Something like that. I can't remember, but man, I streamed that game. I'm gonna put my reaction up. I streamed that game. I was getting ready, and it was no good. He couldn't handle the pressure. I was livid. I was just through the roof. It was a fantastic win for the New York Giants. Now, going into next week against the Washington Redskins, I expect us, if we play the same way we played, I expect us to win. Now, Case Keenum is doing fine there in Washington. I just, their weapons are okay. Terry McLaurin is really good at that slot receiver position, but I'm not afraid of Washington whatsoever. Now, I'm not going to drink the Kool-Aid and say the Giants are going to blow them out, but I do believe the Giants can win that game if the defense plays anything like they played in the first half. They had a lot of sacks. O'Shane Ximenez gets his first sack. Dexter Lawrence has his first sack, as well as two rookies getting their first sack in their NFL careers. Also, Marcus Golden had 2 sacks. So, just all around, great play. Great play by the New York Giants. So, my awards, I had my supporters and viewers watching in the stream. They voted on it themselves. So, the offensive MVP goes to Daniel Jones, who was 23 out of 37, I believe, 336 yards and 4 total touchdowns. Then the defensive MVP we gave to Marcus Golden. We didn't give it to Ryan Connolly, who also had an interception. By the way, injuries, Alec Ogletree pulled his hamstring during that fumble recovery for a touchdown. It would have been a touchdown had he not pulled his freaking hamstring. But yeah, anyway, and then Ryan Connolly got a great interception filling in for Alec Ogletree, guarding Mike Evans. Jameis Winston took the chance. It wouldn't be a Tampa Bay game if Jameis Winston didn't throw an interception. Leave it to Jameis Winston to give the Giants their first interception. So, there you go. Sterling Shepard was fantastic. I already said that before, but he had a touchdown. I had to highlight that touchdown as well. But, yeah, going into it, man, going against Washington, I think we could win that game. Very winnable. The Giants get their first win here of the season. They look great. 32 points again with Daniel Jones not using Saquon Barkley. How about that, guys? We did not use Saquon Barkley. We scored more points without Saquon than we did with Saquon. Now, I don't think that means anything. I don't think that means we're better off without Saquon. I'm not saying that whatsoever. But we've proven that we can get it done without star players. Next man up mentality. Okay? Whether that's the same position or not. The next man up was Daniel Jones. He had everything on his plate. Not only was he making his first NFL career start against a very good defense away, not in his hometown, he was doing it without Saquon Barkley, the best player of the offense. On top of that, Shaquille Barrett was after his head the whole time with 4 sacks in this game. Carl Nassib was there as well. The offensive line struggled running the ball and in pass protection. This is obviously their worst game of the season, but everything else clicked. Jabril Peppers played a lot better. He did struggle in this game, but he did play a lot better. Almost had an interception as well. had a couple of good key tackles, including that Mike Evans wide receiver screen that he blew up right away. A lot of these guys played good. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting some guys. A lot of guys I really want to highlight. Janoris Jenkins played like crap. DeAndre Baker played like crap in the first half, but really picked it up in the second half. You know, getting to receivers downfield, so on and so forth. But I'm trying to think of anything else to highlight in this game. If I'm missing anything, let me know in the comment section below. We'll talk about it. But the Giants get their first win against Tampa Bay. I wish I went to that game, but you know what? I don't wish at the same time because I was able to spend it with you guys. So that being said, leave your thoughts in the comment section below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Let's get it, boy!